Hello Game of Thrones fans and welcome to the top 4 game from the Northampton Grand Final. We have Richard Walker on the left playing Night's Watch Fealty against Gabbi on the right playing Stark Fealty. And you start off with an apology. I said in the last video that the game 3 didn't record properly. Turns out game 4 didn't either. So, very full for trusting the battery life in my camera and not plugging it into the wall. So I do apologise. So we have here, I believe Richard is playing your traditional Night's Watch, get the wall out, defend the wall, gain power that way. While Gabbi is playing his Stark Sacrifice deck, based around Fat Cat. So, kind of interesting, slightly different take on Stark than you normally see. It's not that uncommon, but it's obviously not the traditional Stark matchups. Probably the third most common, really, probably behind the only big guys deck and your traditional Stark Fealty deck, which I have quite enjoyed playing. So I think Rich's mulligans here.
I always take losing cards.
I was going to say well done to Gabbi. It's the first time she's made the cut. She played very well on the day. And here we go, so we're about to go to set up. Richard, I think, just had mulligan, so he's just taking a little more time to work out what he is going to set up at the beginning. These two know each other very well, so expect a little bit of table talk between them. Richard is renowned for being a little bit of a wind-up merchant. And Richard's picked his starting he's picked his setup. So Richard has a Road, Harry, Holder, and a Steward of the Wall. And he's up against the Blackfish, the Tumblestone Knight, and the Hearttree Grove, I believe, the reducing location for Stark's called. So two pretty solid setups, both got a little bit of economy. Richard's gets more cards, but Gabbi has the better character, so pretty balanced. Here we go into first plots. Just having a little think what it looks like. Right, so here's Richard's doing here to serve, I bet.
Under pressure.
Don't let him shit talk you. He will try and get inside your head.
Oh no, I'll get him back.
And we've got here to serve into a noble cause. The traditional setup card for Night's Watch.
Sure, you don't have to.
Play here to serve, get aiming out, and your characters no longer die. Pretty strong.
When revealed, it's optional.
No, optional, man.
No, it's not. You have to
mandatory.
There's a little debate whether it's optional to do or not, which it isn't, because you have like confiscation, where you have to confiscate an attachment, even if you're the only one with an attachment in play.
Yeah.
You're trying to kill me.
What, is the crutch getting you? Sorry.
Well, Ben, the other answer, Dave. Look where you're going, son.
I feel lonely. I want everyone to be on crutch.
So, good catch up there, but Gabbi's currently on crutches, and I just tripped over one, so they're trying to kill me.
You've got a nice spare room.
Right, so Richard's done his plots. I didn't quite catch who was going first. I'm pretty sure we'll catch that in a second, because we're pretty obvious whoever marshals first.
Okay, we're on to it.
I imagine Gabbi will going first, though.
Let's do it. Go for it.
Some Night's Watch normally likes going second. And it is. Gabbi is first player.
Okay, so I'm first.
So let's see what she's going to get out with 5 gold, plus the 2 for the First Lord of Lady, and reducing location and Fealty. So, good see for it. And we've got a second Hearttree, so lots of economy for Gabbi to start the game. You like that steady flow at the beginning. Makes the rest of the game go a lot easier, I find.
It's not him.
And it is fast steady.
What's your favourite card, surely, in this kind of matchup?
So that now puts a bit of a timer on the on Richard here with the Night's Watch, because renowned is the problem with Night's Watch. We've got Santa coming in Nelt, so the power rush is on here. Richard needs to be very careful about this. He needs to get the wall out ASAP, because otherwise, fast steady. And the Blackfish doing power each turn. That'll be 3-4 power Richard's got, hasn't he? And then Santa standing. That's 5 power a turn. Pretty much just doing your job. So I'll let's see how Richie's going to respond to this. So we have another Rose Road, so economy coming from both sides pretty quickly. So guys, coming back to the series, I have started a new series, which well, 2 new series probably seen on there. So we've got the Winter Octagon League started. I had my first round match, which is up a couple of days ago, as this video goes live. And I've also started a new series of deck testing, where I'm taking a deck, playing it for a month or so, or until sort of tournament season, to try and test it out. I'm not going to play every game I play of that on here, but I'll post every game, sorry. The first one's up, and there'll be quite a few more to come very soon, so do keep an eye out for that. Please, watch them if you can, it really helps. And I try to make them as interesting as possible, I hope. So we have, I can never remember what his name is, so that's... Brain Gone Dead. One of the knights. Says something. We've got Craven on Fast Eddie, so I was thinking he needed to milk it Fast Eddie, but actually Craven's just as good, because Richard's not going to be feeding him much renown when attacking too much. I think the most you'll probably see is probably this turns like an injury coming in from Ari, which obviously Eddard can't defend. And we've got the Messenger Raven. So Richard's card draw setup, his economy setup. Oh, and we have a what's it? Aya's Gift played straight away to get that Craven off Fast Eddie. So that's a card I've started putting in my start decks now, if I'm honest. There's so much attachment and attachment at the moment. Just being able to move them to a character you don't care if it has it. It's such a bonus. So, what's Gabby's first action going to be? I think really she has to kind of overcommit with a massive power or military. Doing a big military. Makes sense, there's no power to do at the moment. To try and kill a character. Or at least force Eamon to kneel, I guess, is the plan here. Richard can't really let it go unopposed, which he does not. He defends there. So here's Gabby's draw engine game. So we've got drawing a card off Blackfish. I had forgotten about that, so that's even better. So a bucket of power and so 3 power and a card draw. Not bad. That's a Wayman Royce, of course. So I don't mind myself. So there is an opinion there. Richard might want to let it go unopposed because he can win a power challenge coming back. So that would have left a power for Richard to steal. Just trying to think of the whole, is it worth it or not? You could probably kill the Steward of the Wall maybe, and done 3 challenges back. So a power challenge coming in, which Gabby will defend.
Yeah. No power has got.
As I just said, Richard goes to take a power from winning the power, but I think you should let it go and oppose. And you have Ari coming in for military, and Gabby gets rid of Craven.
And end of my challenge.
So it looks like Richard's going to win dominance, but at the same time, Sansa's going to stand, giving Gabby another power. So it's going to be 4-2 to Gabby after turn 1. Richard brought the Raven back to hand, so it's another card, and discards a Raven, which is interesting. So until the second plot phase, we have calling the banners into counting coppers. So quite an interesting interaction there. So obviously Richard's drawing for the cards he's looking for. Really probably was going to wall out ASAP. Whereas Gabby is trying to get as much money as possible. So I imagine we're going to see a big character coming out this time.
Should we draw 2?
Let's do it.
So they draw 2.
His birthday present. I think he knew about because Joe said he was trying to.
So I'm distracting there slightly by looking at Gabby's coins. She's got some very nice half coins. They're Martell themed. I can't remember where Joe got them from. I might actually post a link if anyone's interested. But he got them as a present, a birthday present for Gabby. So the King's Road is popped. And we have a ranging party put into play. A card I've actually come to hate recently. They are so efficient. 4 gold to a 5 strength. 6 strength once the wall's out. And that is just a pain in the backside. And obviously when you've got Benjin, they don't nil. So they can't be stealthed. So Fast Eddie's been milked. And the Blackfish has been milked. So even if Gabby does have a Aya's gift now, that's not going to help her. Well, she's got 2 gifts, that is. So a load of gold there for Gabby. It's about 8 gold and 2 reducers and Fealty if she wants it. She has River Run out. And you got Bran out. So she doesn't have to worry about watches on the walls so much now. 4 gold for Jory. Now she only had a way of getting milk off Fast Eddie here because you could still power up the Blackfish with River Run and Fast Eddie's ability, and then that would then in confiscation later you could then basically be triggering the Blackfish. But I think Richard has passed challenges by the sounds of that.
Yeah, I did, but that's not from that. I won that from.
So Richard's having a bit of a think here. No challenges, so passing challenges. It was awkward because obviously not getting that power for not winning power, and without the wall there's no way of gaining power from doing nothing. So we've got the mandatory Haribo coming in. So he did have Aya's gift now. Oh, Brown, that's a interesting choice. I guess he thinks he's got Jory to keep them alive. So does she go for the? So I was wondering if this was worth going for a massive power here. Richie can defend for 10 by the looks of it. So Fast Eddie and the Blackfish alone will win. You could probably, if you really wanted to, just be on the safe side, you could put Sansa in. Then she stands up and gains a power.
You want an all 3?
Rich is proving that she's running all 3 Aya's gift. It is, to say, it's a very important card these days. So you've got 13 power coming in. Was it military?
Everything.
Kill each attacking character.
Okay,
You do have a save.
So that was a military. It was a bit of a risk. I'd have worried about that. I'd have gone for possibly should have gone for the power there, Gabby. So of course you had Jury to save them. Again, I'm going to also have milked. Not milked Bran, so you could have used Bran to sacrifice Bran to stop that. So we have Ari blocks the challenge, but the Blackfish still wins. So we have Claim for the Steward. Using River Run, so now the Blackfish is switched on, so Tony characters aren't defending. We have a power challenge coming from Sansa. So see, Richard didn't use Mace Raven there because he wanted to keep an intrigue icon up. Although he's got the wall, he still doesn't want to give unopposed power away.
With the man decks that you bought yesterday, do you care or not if I want to trade
And Gabbi just sorting out because obviously Jury isn't dead, he's just sacrificed. So, by the looks of it here, Richard's going to get dominance. And Sans, okay. Oh, because the money on the house card, yes. So, Gabbi gets two power, one from dominance and one from Lady Sansa standing, and she's now raced out to 8 power to Richard's 1. So this is already getting away from Richard. At that wall, he's really struggling to put the pressure on. So we have Wildfire into Counting Coppers. I think that's probably a good turn to Wildfire.
I'll go first.
With only 3 characters on the board. So Haldor and oof, that's a hard choice now. Probably got to be Sir Royston. Oh, choosing to kill Harry. That's interesting. I possibly would have killed Sir Royston just to give the to discard a card from Gabbi's hand. But then I don't play Night's Watch enough to really comment on that. So, got a little character coming in. And looks like 4 gold. Is this going to be Fat Cat? Fat Cat hits the table. And I think this is starting to look it's really getting away from Richard now. That's a lot of pressure, the amount of power that's coming in. Interesting Gabbi chose to go first actually. Again, I might have chosen to go second to try and force Richard to have to attack, especially on Counting Coppers. You're not going to get much out this turn after you played Wildfire. So you can't really attack too much. We have Castle Blackout, so that's going to help Richard in defence. He's looking like he's struggling with characters he can play.
No lock on the wall yet, I'm guessing.
It's my big problem with these wall decks is if you don't see the wall, you're really missing that piece. So I've likened them to Greyjoy in some ways, where Greyjoy, if they can get all their combo pieces done quickly, they just get power, they just get challenges through, and there's not much you can do about it. And same with Night's Watch. If they see that wall early, they you're in trouble. But if they don't see that wall early, they don't have the pieces. Now, interesting, Richard didn't need his faction card there to get the Raven out and save himself the gold. If it's a misplay, or he just forgot about it, or if he has sneaky plans of holding the faction card. So we have a sneaky intrigue coming in. Here we go. He did have a sneaky plan. So Dora's Head comes in, defends the challenge, wins, brings it back to hand.
Did you not see the video on YouTube? How they did a CG draft?
So we have a power challenge coming in from the Blackfish and Cats, and also they do not kneel now. So Richard just brings them to stand up. He's lost the challenge still though. So it's 1 more power. Blackfish gains a power, Neil's Wood River Run to give him another power, and she's not risking the military at this point, which makes sense when you got, I think, 6 power on the Blackfish. So Rich brings in an intrigue challenge. Assume Fat Cat's going to defend. So fully defended. Problem is, you got to be careful not to feed more power into the Blackfish. So a power challenge, a 5. Blackfish going to defend with 4, so that's a pretty good choice. So Blackfish stops in the pose, so Richard gains a power, putting on to only 1 unfortunately. Probably so you do the military. That's what I say. You do the military. You're feeding a fat cat power. So Bran dies, which gives fat cat power. So Gabby's now on 11 power. She's about to be on 12 power once Sansa stands. Richard wins dominance.
Oh no, you've got another goal. Yeah, you're done.
So Gabby's now on 12 power. And I think that's pretty much all she wrote at this point.
Discard 1 to reserve.
That not the Tully characters not kneeling is just that's pretty awful because you just put this massive power challenge and massive intrigue challenge if you want. Another messenger even discarded for reserve. Richard's got lots of options in hand. He's got 10 cards in hand, just not anything you can play out really. So, and it is one of the things to worry about this counting coffers than counting coffers. It's 2 turns of very low gold. But again, I would say I'm not going to claim to even be an expert on Night's Watch. So I could be wrong. I'm sure there's Night's Watch players out there crying at me saying that's silly. So trading with the Matoshi into Wardens of the West.
Right, you go first.
You go first.
Yes.
You can take some gold. Draw.
So Richard giving 3 gold to Gabbi. So Gabby's going to be able to pay out most of her hand as well. Really happy Richard's got a lot of good characters about to hit the table.
People, I mean, they design for to draw.
So what we got here, we have River Minstrel giving 2 power to Fat Cat. So Gabbi is now 1 power away from winning the game. If there could be a second River Minstrel here, that would be quite a depressing way to lose. Okay, we've got something loyal. Summer.
Yeah. So I'll take Bran.
So Summer comes into play, bringing Bran back into play.
To pay Bran.
Didn't he die?
Summer.
Ah, he brought him back.
2.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And Hodor. So that's a pretty dominant board there for Gabby's side, especially only needing 1 power. You can have the Blackfish, Cat, and the River Minstrel at least just do a massive power challenge. Probably chucking Sansa as well. And you're going to be quite safe. So you've got Benjen Stark out. But unfortunately for Richard, I think this is looking like too little too late. So it's interesting playing trading. I'm not a massive fan of trading in a Night's Watch deck because I don't want to be giving my... I guess I don't want to give my opponent gold. But I guess the idea is that as long as you can defend the wall, you don't care if you're giving them any gold. So we have the Old Forest Hunter. Richard discarded a copy of Ari to get a gold. We have the new character I can't remember the name of, but the one which takes away a keyword. Unfortunately, has the worst icon to do that because there's not much intrigue renowned. If he had power or a military icon, he'd be infinitely better.
I think you won, so I can't defend your power.
And Richard's just saying he thinks that Gabby's won because there's no way defending the power challenge, which he is right. So, because she's on 8, 12, 14, 13, so 17. Yeah, you're looking at something like a 20-something strength power challenge. Most of that's not kneeling as well, so 22 power, not kneel. No, so it's not kneel.
You wouldn't run into that, would you?
And you would do a military, and that's it. Richard calls it. So well played there, Gabbi. Bad luck, Richard. And guys, thank you very much for watching. Next time we have Gabbi versus Ryan. So Ryan Hilty is the current national champion in the final. So please come back in a few days for that. Thanks for watching.